Hello and welcome to EUTV Sports Update. We'll be looking at the latest sports news from Evangel University and around the region. I'm Ethan Mency.
We'll also look at college football across the nation and check out the latest happenings in professional sports. I'm Adriana McGregor, and this is Sports Update on EUTV. Wow, we had some pretty exciting performances all around in professional sports and in Evangel athletics. We had exciting performances, especially the Super Bowl coming up, which we will talk about, don't worry. And I also would say Evangel had amazing performances as well. Oh, absolutely. I've noticed that this starting week of February has been very strong for them. They've had some really good victories that we'll cover here momentarily. Yes. And they've just been working their butts off. They've been doing really good. Yes, they have. And we're both really excited to get into this and talk more about how Evangel has dominated this weekend. Valor's men basketball returned home on Saturday afternoon, taking on the York Panthers in the AG Financial Arena. As both teams were in need of a win, Evangel used a strong second-half offense performance to take the 98-83 win on Saturday, eliminating the Panthers from the conference tournament competition, but staying tied in the standings with the McPherson after the Bulldogs win. Evangel University's women's basketball team dominated York College on Saturday, securing a 100-64 victory at home. After a 79-72 road win on Wednesday, the Valor looked to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Jazzy Kirby started scoring for Evangel, and the offense never slowed down. A stellar performance from the Valor, who shot 53% and held York to just 30%, pushed their lead to as much as 35 points. Carson Dillard added 10 points in the third, and Evan Montgomery hit a three-pointer to cap off the score. Evangel's defense and offense shined as it led them to victory. Evangel University baseball earned a split in their series with College of the Ozarks on Saturday. In Game 1, the Valor offense exploded for 11 runs, led by Shane Poe's grand slam and a strong relief pitching from Cooper Wilkin. Evangel won 11-4 with key hits from Evan Baptiste, Quentin Edwards, and Matthew Olson. In Game 2, the Valor kept it close, tying the game at 3-all before C of O hit a pair of home runs to take a 7-3 victory. Despite the loss, Evangel secured a series split, wrapping up their road trip with strong performances on both sides of the ball. Evangel's softball team took on Cumberland College of St. Joseph last Saturday in Branson, Missouri at the Recplex Field, with Evangel scoring several runs and pitching hitless runs against St. Joseph. They're able to secure an easy victory. Wow, that was, as I said before, stellar performances, with the women's basketball team now 4 in a row on a winning streak. The men's basketball team also won, and the baseball team. I think our Evangel Valor has been completely dominant on the baseball field, the basketball court, even the track, and, just all around. Oh, yes. They've been working really hard, and I really hope that I get to go out and see some more of these games. They are just incredible to watch, and they just work so hard, and I know they're going to just keep getting stronger and better. They do work hard. And despite the weather, too, because I know it's been really cold outside, and I still see people out there running, playing, doing soccer practices, or even, just working out in the cold weather. And I think that's hard work at its finest. Oh, absolutely. Like, the cold weather has been very cold, but they don't let that deter them, and they just work their hardest and power through it. Yes, amen. All right. Coming up, we will be interviewing Sam Jones, the head coach of Evangel's baseball team. And later on, we'll be talking about the Super Bowl and the results of other professional sport games. Stay tuned.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to today's EU Sports Interview. We are honored to have with us Evangel baseball head coach Sam Jones. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So first question, what inspired you to become a baseball coach?
Yeah, I grew up playing baseball and obviously it was a huge part of my life and had the ability to and the opportunity to play in college at Colorado Christian University. And I think it was during that time that I realized that I wanted to continue, being involved in the game. And one of the ways to do that was through coaching. And so I went to college as an education major, was going to be a teacher, and then, started coaching while I was in college, and just fell in love with that side of the game and being able to walk alongside young men, to mentor them, and use the game of baseball as a platform to do that.
That's awesome. And what is your favorite part about being a coach? Is it the game itself? Is it, like you said, mentoring? What's your favorite part about being a coach?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest highlights is getting to build those relationships with your players, right? And grow closer to them both on and off the field. And, being at a Christian school, which I have been for a lot of my career, being able to walk alongside them as brothers in Christ and grow in our faith in Christ has been a big part of that as well. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that I love competition and getting out there and competing and being out on the field and teaching the game. So, I think there's a lot of different aspects about it that I love, and it's a true privilege and an honor to be able to coach.
That's amazing. And what are some of the biggest obstacles you've had to experience over your coaching career?
Yeah, there's been ups and downs. The game itself presents ups and downs. There's challenges off the field with decisions and, behavioral things with players and, managing a coaching staff and all that. I wouldn't say that there's been one defining thing, but, I just think that each challenge, right, presents an opportunity for growth, right? And so, that's the biggest thing, is taking lessons from the challenges or the losses. I talk to our guys about, when we lose, it's not a loss, it's a lesson, right? What can we take from it? What can we learn from it? And how can that help us grow and be better as we move forward?
That's awesome. And what was your favorite position playing in baseball?
Yeah, so I was an infielder. In high school, I played third base. And then in college, didn't have the size or the arm strength to play third base. So I was a second baseman in college. But infield, and I love being able to teach infield and coach infield. And so, I got on the mound a little bit and pitched a little bit in high school, but always enjoyed that, but was definitely an infielder.
Yeah, coming as a baseball, I played baseball growing up a lot. Was the weather ever challenging for you at all, those cold days?
Absolutely, yeah, very difficult. I'm from Colorado, and so, we start spring ball in, beginning February, and, February normally holds, and then by the time we get to March and it's time for our first games and everything, it just it's snowing and it's miserable. And so weather always presented a lot of challenge. I know one game in college, we started and the temp was like 20 degrees and it was blowing sideways snow and just miserable. You can't feel your hands. So weather's always an interesting aspect of spring baseball.
Absolutely. And how have the EU men's been handling the weather so far this season?
Yeah, they've done a good job. It's been tough, right? We've obviously had some challenges with snow and rain and cold temps and everything. So it's limited our ability to get out onto the field a little bit. But they've responded well, and we told them it's unfortunate for you guys that you have a coaching staff from Colorado because we're going to force you to go outside. And but they've adapted well to it. Bundled up and. Kind of just grinded through it together.
Well, that's good. You guys got a really tough team, and you've had a pretty explosive start this season. Do you have any predictions or, hopes for this season?
We had a good weekend this past weekend, obviously picking up a couple of wins against College of the Ozarks, something that EU hadn't done in a while. So that was a good step in the right direction for us. I wouldn't say I have predictions or anything. We're just focused on the day-to-day and getting a little bit better every single day. Doing the little things right. We talk about doing simple great. So we just want to make the routine plays. We want to fill up the zone, compete with 2 strikes at the dish, put the ball in play. And, we think good things will happen as a result of that.
Awesome. And any advice or words of encouragement you would give to anybody who's considering joining the Evangel baseball team next season or...
Yeah, so the backbone of our culture and our program is we call it Uncommon for Christ. So we want to be set apart from the world and uncommon for Christ, both on and off the field, right? So in the way we go about our business off the field, our relationships, our classwork, the way we treat classmates, girlfriends, whatever it may be. And then we want to be uncommon in the way that we play the game. We want to be relentless, but we want to bring good energy, but respect the game at the same time, right? I tell the guys, none of us are God's gift to baseball, right? So we need to respect those who came before us. We need to respect the game, respect our opponents, and honor Christ with our words and actions.
Coach, thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. When we come back, we will have some news updates from sports around the region. Stay tuned.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Creighton men's basketball team defeated the number 11 seed Marquette 77-66 on Saturday, extending their record-winning streak to 9 straight in the Big East play. The Blue Jays avenged an earlier loss to the Golden Eagles, with senior leaders Stephen Ashworth, Ryan Kalkbrenner, and Jemiah Neal combining for 55 points. Ashworth led the way with 22, including a clutch 3 in the final minute. Kalkbrenner added 19 points and 7 rebounds. Despite Marquette's key player, Cam Jones, scoring 27, Creighton's defense held the Golden Eagles to just 36%, securing a 10-point victory in their Big East title chase.
The Raptors took on the Rockets this last Sunday in Houston, Texas. The Raptors took on the Rockets this last Sunday in Houston, Texas. The Raptors played strong throughout the game, scoring many points over the quarters. However, early in the fourth quarter, Houston played a 14-2, making the score 77-69 with 7 minutes left on the clock. From there, the Rockets took over, scoring 3-pointers to extend their lead and winning them the game 87-94.
The Tampa Bay Lightning extended their win streak to 4 games with a 5-3 victory over the Montreal Canadiens on Sunday. The Lightning jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first period, with goals from Nick Paul and captain Victor Hedman. Braden Point and Zemgus Girgensons added to the lead before Montreal made a push with 2 quick goals. Anthony Cirelli sealed the win with an empty netter, and Andrea Vasilevsky recorded 32 saves for his 4th straight win. The Lightning has improved a lot and now head into the Four Nations face-off break.
The Eagles and the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl this past Sunday in possibly one of the most exciting Super Bowls to date. Many watched to see if the Chiefs would be able to win their first ever three-peat in Super Bowl history. However, the Eagles fought hard, having some strong rushes and passes. They were too much for the Chiefs to handle and won the game 22-40 and shutting down the three-peat for the Chiefs. You know, Adriana, I was so surprised, like many others, that the Eagles managed to shut down the Chiefs in this three-peat win. I think many wanted them to win, but the Eagles got their revenge from the 2023 Super Bowl.
Yes, and that game was like so surprising to watch. I'm a Chiefs fan, but I was just like, I can't even watch this anymore because from the halftime, there was like, it almost seemed like there was no hope, and then it kept getting worse and worse. But they put up some points on the board, the Chiefs did. But I know that a lot of people in Kansas City were very devastated at the loss. But a lot of people were also very happy that the Eagles won. I know the Chiefs winning so much has caused a lot of people to not like them. So I think it made a lot of people happy that the Eagles won, but not really around here in Missouri.
Understandable. And still, 2 wins in a row is still a really great high honor. And I know they'll be back to the Super Bowl one of these days.
Yes, for sure.
When we come back, we'll have the EUTV Player of the Week.
We'll also have your upcoming Evangel games this week. We'll be right back.
What a disaster.
You're a disaster.
This is a disaster.
You can't be ready for every little disaster, but you can prepare for a big one. Make an emergency plan today.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
It's been a strong start of the month here for EU sports. Many victories have been won this past week.
It has, and I'm looking forward to see how they will compete this week too. Now, let's show off one of our own on all their hard work on and off the field this week.
It's time now for EUTV Sports Player of the Week.
Garrett DeVault is a 6'3" guard on the Evangel men's basketball team. He's a junior from Norwood, Missouri. During the game on Saturday against York University out of Nebraska, DeVault scored 20 points with over 1,000 career points scored. DeVault has shown hard work and dedication throughout his time at Evangel.
You know, it just makes me so happy to see all these hardworking athletes get the recognition they deserve. And I just kind of wish that like every athlete here would get Player of the Week.
Yes, that would be really cool. And it's really cool, especially to see the basketball team, because I know basketball is really fast-paced and hard. It takes a lot of energy. And also, let's just talk about for a second how he has made it to 1,000 points. That's pretty cool.
That is very impressive. Like, I've played basketball for many years throughout my childhood, and I could never do something that incredible.
Yes, I was also played basketball in high school, and I wasn't very good. So I can't even imagine scoring 1,000 points.
Let's take a look now at the upcoming sports games this week. On Friday, February 14th, the men's baseball team will be playing here at home versus Kansas Wesleyan at the doubleheader starting at 1 p.m.
The women's basketball team faces off in Bethany College in Lindbergh, Kansas on Saturday, February 15th at 1 p.m.
And the men's basketball team will be playing Saturday, February 14th at Bethany College at 3 p.m.
Go Evangel Valor!
I hope that the weather warms up a little bit so I can go out and see some of these games, because I've been really wanting to. It's just been so cold for me. I'm like, I don't want to get sick.
Yes, that is very fair. The weather has been very chilly, and I know it's supposed to snow tonight too, so that'll be interesting. But our athletes are still out there working hard, even in the cold, like we said before.
They know how to handle weather. They do not let that slow them down, and they just power through it.
They do, and I really, appreciate that about them.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today for Sports Update. We invite you to check out euvalormedia.com for all the latest Evangel news and media. I'm Ethan Mincy.
And I'm Adriana McGregor. Be sure to join us in 1 week as we bring you the latest in sports news. For more information on Evangel Sports, go to evangelathletics.com. This has been Sports Update on EUTV.